So, the Middleboro Mocka Rays are currently the number one seed in the 18 plus division with a 16-4 record. Your team has now won 14 straight games heading into tonight's matchup with the Greater Boston Bandits. So, what is the secret behind your team's success during that winning streak?
I think it all starts with having a great leader and a great head coach in Tyler, putting everything together that he has, not only with us um, playing together on the field, but also making sure the chemistry is there off the field. It's just overall everybody plays their heart out. Everybody shows up to every game knowing that they're going to play and they know their role, and that's just how guys adjust to things.
And of course, we did an interview 2 years ago, ahead of your Boston World Baseball Classic, debuted or season or whatever it was. And you talked about playing alongside Tyler. And now that you've done it, I think now 6 seasons, if the website's correct. What's the thing that's impressed you most about his leadership style and just being able to play with him?
He's always open to new suggestions, especially guys that have been there very long. So, we always have to look at things differently. We have a lot of guys with great baseball IQ. You look at John Laterno, Tommy, Derek, Nick, and then his dad behind him. It's just, but he doesn't really back down from suggestions. And if he does, he probably has a different plan in mind, and it's probably a better plan because he's just very smart baseball wise. So.
Okay, and obviously, like I said, you had that 14 game winning streak, and I'm sure that leadership and that, amount of talent and all the different voices that you guys have that you guys are able to bring together, helps you, have a winning streak like that. So, with that in mind, what's been your signature win during that winning streak and why?
What was that?
Sorry, during that 14 game winning streak, what was your signature win and why?
I think every game's really important. I don't think we have like significant game. We all have one goal, and it's winning a championship. Every game's just as important as the next one, and that's just how we go. We don't really we don't focus on one game and be like, wow, that was like the one for us. It's just every game we play. We put our best nine out there. We go to win games.
And I'm assuming, the mindset is the next one is the most important one. And
Exactly.
obviously you guys are trying to extend it 15 games. I mean, obviously that's not top priority, but if you guys win tonight, it's going to be 15 wins in a row now. So, which, being red hot heading into the postseason, I'm assuming is something that is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, and then to kind of take it back a month, you guys had, I believe, four representatives at the All-Star game, including Tyler, but also Zach Walker, Tommy Linane, Nelson Correa as well. So describe the importance of all four of them to your team and why they're such a key part of you guys being where you are at the moment.
I think focus on one part. Nelson was definitely a great addition for us this year. It's hands down probably one of the best additions we had, along with Marcos too. Um, Tommy's just been Tommy. He's been here day in and day out for God knows how many years now. And then Tyler with his leadership, that it's Tyler, Tommy, and Zach have all been playing together since we've started. So I mean, Zach's a great team guy, always bringing up whenever we're down, but they all play their individual parts. It's like whatever we need is when the guys they step up and do it, and that's just it's no questions asked. There's no fight from them, and they just go out there do their job, and that's how we win games.
I know one big part of you guys winning games, especially winning three championships since 2020, has been your offense has kind of been a big part of that. And this season, you've outscored teams 117 to 62. So describe your offensive approach as a team and who's been really at the center of everything. Or is it just a collective team effort?
I would just say it's a collective team effort. Offensively, everybody has their own approach. Some may be different than others. Just working inside out, putting balls in play, making pressure on the defense. I mean, it helps when we have a faster team in the league everybody kind of panics working stuff down the line, especially with Tyler towards the top of the lineup with people on. It's kind of hard to, you know, make an error when you have somebody like Tyler running down the line. It's not going to work out well for you. And then if realistically, I mean, you're looking at the 62 run side, our pitching staff has been lights out this year. I mean, I'm pretty sure our team ERA is like a 2, maybe a sub 2. And it's everybody just goes out there, they get the ball, and they just want to work, getting ahead in counts and just getting outs.
I was gonna say, you definitely have a sub two ERA as a team, 1.96 for those keeping track at home. So when you have Jonathan Matos, obviously you as well, Justin Sylvia, Nick Radcliffe, did not mean to mess up his name, who all combined have a 13-3 record, 73 strikeouts. What kind of confidence does that give to your team? And to be able to kind of just you know, explode offensively like that because obviously pitching is important too.
I don't think there's a guy on our pitching staff that Tyler questions handing the ball off to. And it's hard to have a game plan as an opponent walking into a game like that when you know you can go very deep in the bullpen and have trust in anybody you give the ball to. I mean, Matos has always been a lockdown lefty, and then you have Radcliffe right behind him, and they're two different pitchers with two different pitching styles. And then you have me, and then Justin, and again, two different pitchers, two different pitching styles. So when you have pitchers like that work, and they know they can trust their offense to score runs, and then we limit on defense, it's pretty easy to win games when you can have trust and faith in your guys doing their jobs.
Okay, and then do you have a favorite pregame routine or favorite pregame snack that you have that helps you kind of be who you are on game day?
Favorite pregame routine? Wow. Um, Probably stretches that I do at Bridgewater State. So like I used to do at Bridgewater State. It's always we always had a nice stretching routine. So doing that before going on the mound was very nice. You know, um, yeah.
Okay, and then as we talked about in our last interview, you were getting ready for the Boston World Baseball Classic. So looking back at that time during when you were in the tournament, what was your favorite memory and why?
Um. Wow, that was a while ago, huh? Let me think. I don't think I don't think there's any moment that could be better than just playing with local guys and guys that actually have heart for the game. And it's you look at the whole tournament. I mean, I had one of the kids, Sam Cavosa. Very, I played baseball with him a while ago. We went to Cooperstown together, and then he was good at he was available to join our team. And then I had a kid from Bridgewater State come and play for us. It was one of my good friends, Matt Cussigan. But um, I don't think there can be anything that tops the moment of being with Anthony Perry and Tyler. It's just like that is love playing with them, love being around them. They just bring great energy to a baseball field, and that's just it's hard to be topped like that.
All right, fair enough. And then to move back to the 18 plus division, you guys have a tight race between the Mocka Rays, the Malden Marlins, and Norfolk County Marlins as well. Which team is the biggest threat, in your opinion, to being champions this fall and repeating, and why?
Um, I wouldn't say one's bigger than the other. Baseball has its funny ways of working. Um, Games might slip, but then again, when you get into playoffs, you got to play a series. So that's how baseball works. And we know we get into a series and our backs will be against the wall at some point. And if it doesn't, we trust our guys that we have. So, I mean, anybody we play, technically, you can look as a threat, how you want to look at it. I think we prepare different ways for different opponents. So, depending on who we get in the first round, will be a different answer probably than what I give you right now. I know one of the Marlins teams has both the Powers brothers, and the Powers brothers have been in the league for a very long time. You know, Nick is throws hard as a lefty. He also has a great bat, and his brother also swings it very well too. Great defense. And then the other Marlins team is they have a lefty, throws pretty well. I've matched up against them on the mound before. I think 2 times this year, and they can also swing it. You know, a very good offensive team. They're not scared to attack early in counts. So both of them have very good offense. I haven't seen besides Nick throwing on the mound. I really haven't seen their defense because I don't think I was at the game that we played them this year. So I don't know. Like, can't give you an answer on that defensive wise for them. But I know the other Marlins team can definitely hang in with us. I mean, they have twice, and I've pitched both them versus them both times. So,
Is there a dark horse team that we haven't talked about that could also be a threat? I mean, obviously, every team that gets in the playoffs has the chance to win a championship, but obviously, you guys know this division better than I do because you've been around longer than I have. So, is there a dark horse team that you would want to keep an eye on and that you think people should also watch out for?
um, sorry, I was just looking at standings right now. I haven't looked at standings in a while. Um, I'd probably say the Mariners. If I had to give one, besides both Marlins teams, I would probably give the Mariners. If they put up a good fight, you know, um, they can swing it offensively too. And it's like you look at the top four teams, and every team that's within the top four can swing it. It's and this is what I'm saying when baseball has its funny ways is when you go into playoffs, whose defense is gonna help you the most? Because if your offense can swing it, you look at all four teams, all offenses can swing it. Which defense can hold an offense better? And that's what it'll come down to this year.
Yeah, and defenses it could make a difference. You know, one error at the wrong time, and all of a sudden, you lose a game or an inning gets away from you. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it firsthand. I've seen it in the broadcast booth as well. As all it takes is one error, and all of a sudden, maybe 2 or 3 run inning turns into a 6, 7 or more run inning.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, that sounds good. So, obviously, you guys have a lot of great people on your team, but if you had to pick one to be team MVP this year, who is it and why?
Ooh, wow. Can I look at the stats real quick? Hold on. I'm a big statistical guy. If you didn't know.
Oh no worries. Like I said, I like putting little stats below as you're talking as well. I might include a couple. So yeah, no worries. I mean, the good thing is you have a lot of good candidates. Like
Yeah,
with your
I'm going down
offense and
the
stuff.
list, and it's like,
Yeah. Sorry, gotta give you the hard hitting questions. So.
I mean, obviously he fights his case for his own, and probably should win Manager of the Year, Tyler. But I mean, our probably slept on one is Nick or Derek, and Tommy. I mean, you look at those top three, and they're just workhorses for our offense. I mean, it's also with throwing a mix of Nelson and Marcos in there. I mean, you look at those guys, and all of them are batting over 300. It's really hard to look at a specific person when we talk about being together as a team and picking out an MVP. Um, I don't think we really focus on just one guy looking into our lineup. I mean, other teams may, but like for us, it's like a collective thing, and it's just we work day in and day out together, and that's how it goes. Every game is a there's no me. It's a team.
Well, when you guys have won 3 championships in 5 years, it makes sense. And it's a fun question to ask too, because it is always interesting to see everyone's thoughts. But obviously, the end of the day, the goal is to repeat as champions and win your fourth one in what, 6 years.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, if you can accomplish it, great. But obviously, you guys have to execute on the field and execute your game plan. So with that in mind, what's your biggest goal over the last 4 games as a team as you try to stay red hot going into the postseason and accomplishing that goal of going back to back?
I would just say keep the pace going on the way we're going. I mean, offense has been red hot. Defense has been working, to limit runs and make sure we stay in games. Winning out would obviously put us in a great spot to be the number one seed going into playoffs. So that would be ideal, being the number one seed, because it gives you a lot of advantages of playing at home and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I would just say keep winning. Just not fixing anything. Don't fix anything that's not broken. So we're just trusting our guys and going to war. That's how it really goes. And tonight doesn't change for anybody. I mean, no matter if we're short, if we're not, we're going to put our best nine out there, and that's just how it's going to go.
Do you have any previews or preview or prediction for your performance on the mound tonight? Because obviously, like you just told me, you were pitching tonight. So, any predictions about what you have coming tonight?
Um, I'm just going to go out there and do what I usually do. It's another day in the office for me. Another time where Ty trusts me to start a game and get us deep into the game, possibly, and maybe throw another 7 inning game. Who knows? It would be my third of this year, so I don't really have any plans going forward. I will tell you that this will be the first time in 4 years I'll be in a playoff game for the Mocka Rays this year. So that's something to look forward to for me this year. But yeah, tonight's just another day in the office for me. Getting the job done, making sure we win and get through today, and hopefully get to 15 games and go on to Sunday and see what happens from there.
And then finish the sentence. The Mocka Rays will repeat as 18 plus champions
Because we have a lot of faith in our guys, and there's not one guy you can look at in our lineup that we don't have faith in. There's not one pitcher in our bullpen we don't have faith in, and that's one thing that makes us different from any other team. And we can hand the ball off, we can hand a bat off, we can pinch hit, we can do whatever we need to do, and we know 99% of the time we're getting the job done. And I don't see that changing in future years coming. So
Okay, and then just final message to anybody watching: why should they come watch Mocka Ray games this year? And especially heading into the postseason as well, and then just 8 BMBL games as well.
Start off with Mocka Ray games. I think we have a great culture around our team, and we treat it more as a family than a team. I mean, we do stuff outside of baseball together, so it's kind of just another day where we're all together, and the chemistry is just getting right back to where it was. Um, MABL overall, I would say that you have a bunch of talent throughout the North Shore coming to play in this league. You look at guys all around the league, and it's like, wow, where did this guy play, or where did they go to college, or what's their past history? You look at guys that may have played semi-pro, and that's just how it goes. You get a great watch of baseball. Um, you don't get too much fighting back and forth between teams. It's always pretty respectful, and it's just respecting the game of baseball. So